Hello, everybody. I'm Karen. I'm from just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I have no idea how I ended up on this mastery call, but once I got there, it's like I knew that it was where I needed to be because I have been feeling like I wanted to have an Airbnb. I own properties. A former attorney turned serial mom. I have 3 kids. I started doing property and ended up managing someone else's property, but it never came together. And I just felt like the Lord was leading me somewhere. And I was married a very long time, and now I'm divorced. I have health issues. It seems like all these things kind of led me and pushed me to a certain place. And I've been feeling like I wanted to have Airbnbs. And I told Jim, I said, I want to have them in different places. I want to have them all over the country. And then I want to start in different countries. And that's when he started talking about Jamaica. So it's like the Lord is telling me where I need to go.
The Lord somehow sent Chris and Jim on that November morning to talk to me because he probably knew in my heart that this is what I wanted to do. All right, everyone, I'm Andrea Phillips. That's the name I go by these days. Um, I am from Jamaica originally. I've lived here in the United States for about 28 years. I am a physical therapist. And so this is where that's a tricky part of the whole situation is because like Jim has already said, I do enjoy what I do. I am 100% into the 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 7, 9 to 8, 9 to 10 hour days every day for weeks, sometimes months. And I met Jim and Chris actually 2 years ago. It was in November. I was in Jamaica. I was on my phone. I was with my parents, and I saw the ad, and I thought, you know what? Let me listen to this. And I listened and I liked what I heard. And so I hopped on the call and I spoke to Chris and Jim, and I was like, yeah, I think I really want to do this. I want to try this. And at that time, I wanted to do it in Jamaica. That was 2 years ago, but I live in Florida. And so we decided to do it in Florida to start with, because, Jim always preached, you do it in your backyard first. And at that time, my backyard was, and still is, Florida. I had a couple of properties. They were doing well. I had like 6 listings. Everything was going pretty good. And then, like Jim said, you kind of hit that seal where it's just not going as fast, or it's not progressing, in the direction that you want it to go as quickly as you want it to go. And then I had a couple of incidents where I was back and forth between Jamaica and Florida, which it's only an 80-minute flight from Fort Lauderdale to Montego Bay. So I can go home every weekend if I wanted to, if I had that money. so we renovated a part of my mom's house, and so now we have 3 listings. It's going to be a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom that's up and going, and I am so excited and ready to move on to the next chapter. I listened to that 10x book that Jim said for us to listen to on Audible, and the more I listened to it, the more I realized that everything has been pointing in a direction to where 20% of what I'm doing is giving me more joy and more freedom of time and more everything than the 80% that I'm doing every day. So I am ready to start making the adjustment to where I'm doing the 20% that's going to get me there. The Lord somehow sent Chris and Jim on that November morning to talk to me because he probably knew in my heart that this is what I wanted to do. I've been a physical therapist for over 30 odd years, and I think it's just where you're when you develop and you move up a level and up a level and up a level, somehow your your spirit and the Lord just tells you what direction to go in next. It's like I've hit the ceiling on that one too. So it's time to find a new path.
Amen. Andrea, thank you for sharing that. And I as I said, I ain't gonna say too much. I'm just gonna just give it up for Andrea.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Y'all gonna hear a lot more from Andrea. Andrea said in the next 30 days we're gonna have 5 places in Jamaica. So I'm excited about that. So that's awesome.